The median heavy truck driver makes about $54,320 a year, with the top 10% clearing over $78,860, based on federal wage data. Owner-operators can gross $250,000 or more, and many net $80,000 to $120,000 after expenses. Some oil field and heavy haul specialists push into $150,000 plus. Here is the twist. Artificial intelligence, or AI for short, is now piloting real driverless freight on one Texas interstate, while other big autonomy projects have folded or slowed. In this video, we will break down what truck drivers really make across the United States, then examine whether AI helps or replaces parts of the job before we deliver our verdict. Heavy and tractor-trailer truck drivers move freight between warehouses, ports, plants, and stores. They hook up trailers, plan routes, and keep the supply chain moving. The day revolves around the load. Pre-trip inspection, backing into a dock, securing cargo, logging hours, and dealing with dispatch and customers. Some drivers crisscross states for days at a time. Others run regional loops. And many are home daily on local routes for a consistent routine. Who hires them? National carriers, retailers, food distributors, construction companies, ports and drayage operators, oil and gas firms, and independent brokers using load boards. It is hands-on work with responsibility. You manage tens of thousands of pounds of cargo, safety, schedule, and the customer experience at every stop. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, or BLS, the median heavy and tractor-trailer driver earns about $54,320 per year. The average is roughly $57,440. The bottom 10% make under about $36,800, while the top 10% clear over $78,860. This is one of the largest jobs in the country, with about 2,055,000 heavy drivers. Add local delivery, and commercial driving tops 3.5 million workers. Long-haul over-the-road, or OTR, often pays in the mid-50s to mid-70s thousands with weeks away from home. Regional runs pay mid-50s to around 70,000, usually home weekends. Local home daily rolls pay around 45 to 65,000. Many drivers value the lifestyle premium of sleeping in their own bed and predictable shifts. Pay models differ. Company drivers are paid by the mile or by the hour, often between 45 and 75 cents a mile, with benefits and a newer truck included. Owner-operators chase revenue. They can gross $150,000 to $300,000 plus, but net around $80,000 to $120,000 after fuel, maintenance, insurance, and taxes. A new tractor can cost over $150,000. Used rigs often run $80,000 to $150,000. That debt and risk explain the owner-operator net numbers. Specialties lift pay. Hazmat or tanker endorsements can add 5 to 15 cents per mile and 5 to 15,000 per year, based on industry estimates. Oversize and heavy haul drivers commonly earn 80 to 120,000, and experienced pros can hit 150,000 plus moving specialized loads. Oil field hauling, like sand and water, often pays 80 to 130,000 in active basins. Car haulers and livestock haulers also earn meaningful premiums. Refrigerated freight usually pays a few cents more per mile than dry van. The trade-off is more time-sensitive delivery windows to protect the cold chain. Where you drive matters. Alaska drivers average around $72,900 per year, while Washington, North Dakota, Nevada, and Hawaii cluster in the mid-60s. Bottom-paying states include Arkansas, Mississippi, West Virginia, Alabama, and South Carolina, generally in the upper 40s to about $50,000 per year. That geography gap is real. The same commercial driver's license, or CDL, can be worth roughly $25,000 more per year, depending on where and what you haul. Bonuses sweeten offers. $2,000 to $15,000 sign-on bonuses have been common recently, especially for experienced hazmat and tanker drivers. Do not forget benefits and paid time off. Company drivers often get medical, retirement matches, newer equipment, and paid layover or detention time on some runs. Bottom line on pay. The median sits in the mid-50s thousands, with realistic paths into the 70s as a skilled company driver and into the six figures with the right niche or business model. To start, you need a commercial driver's license, or CDL, typically Class A. Training programs run 3 to 7 weeks and cost about $3,000 to $7,000. Many big carriers sponsor training or reimburse tuition if you commit to work for 6 to 12 months. That turns the upfront cost into on-the-job repayment. Since February 7th, 2022, entry-level driver training, or ELDT, is mandatory. You must complete theory and behind the wheel with a registered provider. Age rules matter. You can usually drive intrastate at 18, but you must be 21 to run interstate. A limited under 21 interstate pilot is active now. From day one of school to first paycheck can be 6 to 8 weeks in a sponsored path. That is a fast time to income compared to many trades. Endorsements unlock pay. H for hazmat requires a Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, background check. N for tanker, X combines both. T for doubles and triples. Companies like Schneider, Werner, CRST, and Prime often sponsor or reimburse training. They want safe drivers and will trade tuition for commitment. The owner-operator path usually comes after 2 to 5 years of experience. You will need a Department of Transportation, or DOT, number, Motor Carrier Authority, commercial insurance, and International Fuel Tax Agreement, or IFTA, registration. Insurance for a small operation can run $10,000 to $18,000 per year. Plan cash for maintenance, tires, and downtime to protect your net. So what can automation do today? A leading example is Aurora Innovation launching commercial driver-out freight on the Dallas to Houston corridor in May of 2024. Kodiak Robotics runs hub-to-hub pilots with major shippers and the U.S. Army, and plus has Level 4 pilots with carriers abroad. Kodiak automates short, repetitive, business-to-business loops. Tesla Semi is an electric truck that still requires a human. It is about energy efficiency, not autonomy. Not every project worked. Waymo shut down its Waymo Via trucking unit in 2023, and Embark and Starsky Robotics both closed after big promises. Where autonomy works best is simple, predictable highway segments between dedicated hubs. Think long, straight interstates with sparse merges and controlled handoffs. Where humans still shine is the first and last mile. Backing into tight docks, city streets, paperwork, customer service, and dealing with weather, construction, and breakdowns. Specialty freight needs judgment. Oversized loads with escorts, hazmat handling, livestock welfare, and strict refrigerated chain of custody are not simple robot tasks. Economics matter. Autonomous tractors are expensive hardware with LiDAR, compute, and remote monitor staffing. They pencil out only on high-mileage, predictable lanes, as McKinsey analyses note. Goldman Sachs estimates transportation and material moving jobs have roughly 25 to 40% exposure to AI. Long-haul highway roles sit on the higher end of that exposure. The World Economic Forum, or WEF, flags truck and bus drivers as moderately at risk by around 2030, with change happening gradually rather than all at once. Meanwhile, the American Trucking Associations, or ATA, still projects a driver shortage near 80,000 today, possibly 160,000 by around 2030 as retirements outpace new entrants. Here is the pattern. Driverless trucks have been 10 years away for 10 years. Still, Aurora's first commercial lane is the first real wedge into everyday freight. Reality check on scale. Autonomous programs have driven a few million commercial miles so far, while U.S. trucks run hundreds of billions annually. Penetration is tiny today. Our verdict, medium risk over roughly 10 to 15 years for highway long haul, and low risk for local and specialty roles, drawing on Goldman Sachs, WEF, McKinsey, and industry evidence. Specialize early. Stack hazmat, tanker, and doubles endorsements, and aim for oversize, oilfield, livestock, or refrigerated niches that command premiums and defy easy automation. Go local, not just over the road. Dump trucks, garbage, drayage, beverage delivery, United Parcel Service, or Amazon Delivery Service partners keep you home daily and rely on human judgment. Consider the owner-operator route after experience. Capture margin, choose lanes, and build shipper relationships that a generic autonomous hub-to-hub network cannot replace easily. Bank the runway. Even if highway autonomy scales by the late 2030s, a new driver entering now can stack 10 to 15 years of mid-five-figure to low six-figure earnings. Build your pivot. CDL driving experience translates into dispatch, fleet management, safety compliance, driver training, and even remote operator roles for autonomous fleets. Is trucking worth it? For people who like independence, road time, and steady demand, the pay is solid with real upside through specialties or running your own rig. Who should think twice? If you want 9 to 5 predictability without nights away and dislike uncertainty, pure long-haul dry van may frustrate you as tech evolves. The headline is simple. Autonomous trucks have been 10 years away for 10 years. So you have time to earn, specialize, and be the human who runs the smart tools. Want to keep building a future-proof career? Click the video on the screen to keep going.